Thanks a lot, Harshal. And yes, it is Friday. Um, thank you very much for letting me speak again today. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about a challenge that I ran into and how I've been using n8n to kind of get past some of those issues and see what is really going on behind the scenes sometimes with some of my workflows. So quite often I would find out often when a client would tell me or when it was too late that something wasn't working right with one of my workflows, something was causing errors, so on and so forth. And so I started investigating a little bit about, well, how can I be more aware of what's going on? How can I get errors to pop up? How can I send event logs somewhere so that I can see them more easily? And it was actually some of the stuff that Harshal was doing with some of the Discord stuff that kind of made two and two come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you a few workflows actually that I've put together, and we'll let you see just some of the stuff that I'm working on. So I'm assuming you can see my screen. And what we've got here is I've got the familiar n8n screen interface, and I've got Discord that I've set up. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about how I've all done this. I actually have created a blog post on how this all works, and I'll put that into the chat later on. And this gives you a step-by-step on how to build this out for yourself if you find it useful. But essentially what I've done is I've created two separate workflows. One I use for sending out event logs, and the other one I use for sending error logs. And I've created two different channels in the Discord app. And in each of the channels, I've created webhook integrations. So I can take those webhook integrations and I can, in my n8n instance, give them that webhook URL, and then send text to it. So this is some of the stuff that Harshal's been showing us. So I kind of decided, well, I'm going to take the information that we're getting and push it through whenever something happens, like an error or I want an event log. So this is it. That's all there is to it. There's really a Discord node, and I've got a testing node just for checking some stuff out. And what I do is I will call this. So I've got a test node here that I use. My error testing node. So what I will do is I can actually call that event log workflow. And the reason I created it as a separate workflow is so that I can call it from multiple different places. And that will fire off an event log for me. Similarly, I've also created I will grab the error log node. And again, I got some sample testing information, but really this is the important part right here. And it does the same thing. When it sees an error on a workflow that is set up for it, and I'll show you how to set that up in a second, it will fire a bit of information off to Discord as well. So when I will run my error test as an example, you'll note that in here, I have to make a change. So in the settings, I need to put in the error log. I'm not sure why it's spinning. There it is. The error log as my error workflow. So anytime that there's an error now in this workflow, it will fire to my error log in Discord. So I'm actually going to activate this, and this will take maybe a minute or so. And what it's going to do is it'll fire, because I've got the cron node, it'll fire every minute. And when it does, it'll do two things. It's going to set up my event log parameters and then send a message to the event log. And then it's going to fire this function node, which I've actually designed to fail. So it will cause an error. And when that error occurs, that will then get automatically pushed to the error log. And there we go. And it will send that into Discord. So I'm just going to turn this off because if I leave it on, it'll keep sending one every minute. So as you'll see, I got the base information going into the event log. The title I can easily modify. The message I can easily modify. All of this information in here, it actually automatically grabs from variables that are pushed to it from the event log set node. So all of this, you don't have to change it. It'll just grab it and send it out. Similarly, here's the error log, and it goes right into detail as to what node caused the node type that caused the problem, what part of it is the issue. Here's the values of the keys. Here's the name of the error, the message that was sent, the stack error, and then it even gives you a URL link so that when you click on it, it will fire up the actual execution that caused the error within n8n. And then we go, oh, right there, there's where the error is, and you can go in and look at it. So it's very quick and easy to be able to dig up all this this information, and you're aware of it right in real time. You can even have the client running on your phone, and it works just fantastically. So you can get a message, you're on the road, you can check what's going on and get it resolved rather than having your client tell you that it hasn't been running for the last 2 weeks. I think I saw a question here earlier. Somebody was asking, is there a particular reason that I'm using Discord? Yeah, first of all, Harshal's my hero. I wanted to be just like Harshal, so I decided to use Discord because of all of his stuff. The other nice thing about Discord is that there's no cost associated with it. You can create your own Discord server, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it's super easy to program with n8n. A single node, and away it goes. So it takes seconds to do that type of stuff. See what else. Any other questions? What kind of data are you data you think are really important for event logs? Can you share some light on this? So there is really, I use event logs for something that would be critical. So if I'm going to be, for example, sending data over to another system, and I want to make sure that we reach that point, I'll put in an event log saying, yep, this data has been sent over to this other system, into Airtable or what have you, and it'll allow me to go in and see what's going on from that perspective. I'll often do things when, let's say, for example, it's something that doesn't happen very often, and we want to be notified of it. So, for example, if I have a flow that will turn lights on, and it doesn't usually turn lights on, or maybe even, let's say it's a motion sensor outside. That's a great one to send into your event log, because the light comes on, well, somebody's out there. You get to see it, and it sends you that alert right away. And again, anything that you would look at digging in and finding out just how things are working, just to make sure they are. And sometimes, when you get no message, that's good news. Sometimes when you get no message, it's bad news. So you want to make sure that you can see that as well. For those of you who are interested in learning a little bit more about this, here is the blog post. I'm just going to plug it right into the chat, and you can go and take a look at it. All the codes there, everything that you need, you should be able to figure it all out from there. If not, you know where to find me. Be more than happy to give you a hand. And Harshal, I think it's back over to you.